Hello, this is Fedcast, but before we begin, I'd like to just mention that this episode is dedicated to the memory of... Oh, God, I forgot. Oh, God, this is so horrible. William Moody, also known as Paul Bearer. Our thoughts are with you and your family, and that's it. So, yeah, on with the show. So this is Little Jimmy's favorite podcast, Fedcast, coming to you from parts unknown. My name is Steve, and with me, of course, is...
Justin.
And we're here to talk to you about the wacky world of wrestling for the week of March 4th.
Mm-hmm.
So
Do we just want to talk about Paul Bearer quick?
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah. Unlike my absolute mistake of not remembering his actual name when we went to record.
Well, I mean, names aren't... Yeah. Shoot names, if you will, aren't exactly known until, unfortunately, when they pass away.
Well, that was the thing, actually, when I was looking it up, I knew his name, so I was just looking. I was going to actually mention the day he died, which was actually March 5th. I wanted to say it, and I had that sitting in front of me on my phone, and I forgot. Like as soon as the record hit, I forgot the name, so I was like, "Damn it!" But I was shocked. Yeah, I was really shocked.
Well, I mean, it's not known, but his health was deteriorating.
Yeah,
he's not a public. I don't think he's more of a public person than most wrestlers are.
No, he sort of disappeared from the limelight pretty much as soon as he sort of left the show. Mm-hmm. So but disappointing as hell. I mean, Paul Bearer was the manager in my eyes. Back when he first came out, he was amazing.
Top three.
Yeah, easy.
Even though he only managed a handful of guys in the WWE, of course. As Percy Pringle, he probably managed a lot more.
Definitely, but I mean, even listeners of this show probably only know him as Paul Bearer, I would think. Mm-hmm. And I knew him as Percy Pringle, but mostly Paul Bearer. Like, if you asked me who he was,
and Paul Bearer as iconic as a character as any wrestler.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
You know
definitely,
what I mean? Yeah. Everyone knows the voice, the look. You know what I mean? Most people couldn't even see The Undertaker without seeing Paul Bearer right next to him.
That's true. And I mean, like, honestly, if you're all old school wrestling fans, can you honestly think to a point where you haven't imitated that voice? Mm-hmm. I've done it a million times. I'm sure you have as well. Everyone's done it. So, I was legitimately hit by that, which doesn't usually happen.
It's one of those like, the last time that was for me is obviously because Macho Man Savage is my favorite wrestler, and when that news hit,
I would put this up there in my it's literally just like a piece of my childhood.
One of those Eddie Guerrero things where it just hits you and you're like,
there's so many other people I'd rather be dead. I don't mean to make a joke about it, but seriously, that's kind of what you think.
Mm-hmm. You wouldn't think that he'd be the one to go.
Yeah. Especially because he's not really an in-ring performer, right? His body's not going through all that crazy shit. Nope. Stuff like that, it's... Especially, he was 58. Mm-hmm. Like, that's young, man. Mm-hmm. He's not that much older than me.
No.
It's like, that really hits me in all kinds of weird ways. So, it's...
So, he will be missed.
Absolutely.
Immensely.
Damn right.
WWE has done right by putting out videos and... even before Raw, they had it in memory of... Not before Raw.
No, but
the
before
replay. Main event.
Before
main event, they showed it. Because that was more up to date.
Yeah.
So, they're being very classy about it,
That's
obviously.
Good. Yeah.
And it was just scary, seeing, on the night that The Undertaker comes back, the day after Paul Bearer passes.
I was thinking
surreal.
That, because, I'd recorded Raw... I'd recorded it on Monday, and I didn't watch it until last night. Mm-hmm. All right, and he'd already been gone by that point, and it was really weird, really weird. It was just weird to see it because I'm literally looking at it, going the next day, Paul Bearer's gone by that. Mm-hmm. That's messed up. I don't know, but it's horrible, and as we said, this episode is definitely dedicated to Paul Bearer.
Very much so.
He'll definitely be missed.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Yes.
So we get on with the show?
Let's do it.
Short show. Not too much to talk about. We got Raw, NXT main event because
we did everything last week. Yeah.
So what we're going to do is quickly go through NXT main event, and then we'll just sit on Raw.
Yeah.
And analyze it, and then probably talk about more of the road to WrestleMania, seeing that it is officially what?
It has begun, and it's a month from now. Yeah, well, they said like 5 weeks, but this is Thursday.
It's 30 days.
Yeah, 30 days from now.
It's the 7th of March, so it's 30 days from now, so it's a month. So we'll start with NXT.
Yep.
Dusty Rhodes starts off the show, GM of NXT. Mm-hmm. Because of last week's triple threat match not ending properly because of the Shield.
Right.
They're going to redo it.
Okay.
Bo Dallas, Corey Graves, Conor O'Brien.
Right, okay.
Triple threat for the number one contendership for the main NXT title.
Sure.
First match, Adrian Neville and Aaron Gray
right.
versus a couple local talent.
Fair enough.
Forgot their name, sorry.
I don't think anyone cares.
Neville came down without Gray.
Okay.
He didn't know where he was. He even went on the mic saying, I don't know where he is. I have no idea where he is.
That's weird.
So he wrestles the match.
Okay.
And then halfway through, Bray Wyatt comes out with Aaron Gray. And just dumps him on the ramp. Aaron Gray's got... Oliver Gray's got black and blue eyes. And
really?
Blood coming out of his mouth. Just looked like he got worked over.
Nice.
Adrian Neville wins by himself, and then he rushes to Oliver Gray's aid, calls out the refs, and they do like a carry-off job.
Yeah, they do their usual shit,
Match number 2, Yoshitatsu versus Leo Kruger.
Okay.
Leo Kruger wins. They're pushing him pretty hard.
Yeah.
He's one of the top guys in NXT. He's probably going to be in the main roster. Probably after Mania, I'd imagine. That's usually when they kind of bring guys up and cut guys.
Yeah, they do it after Mania anyway, but I heard they do want to pull up a lot more talent, because I guess, they're listening to the internet a little bit, where they're like, I'm kind of sick of the same guys over and over again.
Yep.
So
that's why you're seeing guys like Big E, that's why you're seeing guys like The Shield.
Which I'm okay with that, because Big E, I still want him to have matches, man.
Yep.
Fuck. He's good.
Match number 3, Sasha Banks, cousin of Snoop Dogg. Snoop Lion, I suppose.
Is he Lion? I thought he was back to Dog.
Is he?
I don't know.
Either way, they're cousins.
The awesome guy.
Either way, they're cousins.
Yes.
She's tagging with the Funkadelics.
Oh.
Funkadactyls, sorry.
Funkadactyls?
Funkadelics, I think, was Flash Funk's
girls. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Fought Audrey Marie.
I'm going to guess.
The chick who attacked Sasha Banks
a
couple weeks ago.
I'm going to guess good match.
Alicia Fox and Oksana. It's all right.
Yeah. Really?
The
Funkadactyls are tits. And I don't mean that because they have them.
Cameron and Naomi know how to throw those like spinning drop kicks that R-Truth kind of does.
Oh, really?
Drop kicks. They were hitting them with that.
Nice.
They actually ended it like that. The Funkadactyls and Sasha Banks did get the win.
Cool.
Bo Dallas got an interview. Saying I'm not gonna get jumped this time. I'm gonna because he got jumped last week.
It's all he's good for.
And he's gonna be number one contender.
Okay.
And then Bray Wyatt came in and just like, you're stupid to not take my offer last week.
Right.
And then he walked off. I'm not gonna, I'm a good guy. I'm not gonna, take your offer.
Okay.
And then Bray Wyatt just kind of was like, that's a foolish boy right there. It's how it's cadence. His cadence is just perfect.
Wow, I love the Southern cadence and shit like that. I always love it. It's hilarious.
They promote that World Heavyweight Champion Alberto Del Rio will be on NXT next week.
Okay.
So that's gonna be big, I suppose.
Is it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Summer Rae, First Lady of NXT.
Sure.
Just going on about how awesome she is.
Awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
But that didn't matter because as soon as the promo ended, as soon as the interview ended, the screen kind of goes fuzzy and cuts in, and then the Shield shows a promo.
Good.
Saying we haven't forgot about NXT. We've been pulled away a little bit on Raw and SmackDown, but our focus,
is still NXT as always.
Because Seth Rollins says, I never got my rematch for the NXT title.
Fair enough.
So, they said you don't know when, you don't know where, but we're going to strike. We're going to hit you.
I like the Shield, so I'm cool with that.
Then, of course, you end with Roman Reigns, believe in the Shield, screaming into the camera.
Again, that's all he's really good for, so keep him doing that, and we're good.
Puts the camera down, whatever.
Yeah.
Graves.
Yeah.
Conor O'Brien. The Ascension Conor O'Brien.
Yeah.
And Bo Dallas.
The one-man Ascension, which can't happen! Fuck you. All right.
Bo Dallas have their match.
Yes.
Solid triple threat match.
Okay.
Bray Wyatt comes down, pulls out Corey Graves at the end. Conor O'Brien hits Bo Dallas with his move. Conor O'Brien wins. Conor O'Brien is your number one contender, and it looks like Bo Dallas.
The way you say that, it keeps sounding like Conan O'Brien, and it just every
Conor,
single.
I don't know why you want to pick Conor O'Brien.
It's
too close.
It's
too close. It's like Adrian Neville and Aaron Neville.
Yeah.
It's too close.
Well, at least you didn't call him Conan O'Brien.
No, I know.
Yeah.
But Conor O'Brien is your number one contender, and it looks like Bo Dallas and Bray Wyatt are gonna have a feud.
Okay. So Bodal's going to get beaten down a couple times because that's what he does.
Either that or, maybe he will turn. Who knows? Who knows?
Well, either way.
Main event.
Yes.
3 matches.
Ooh.
So Wade Barrett still pushing Dead Man down. He's in it and he's the star.
Nobody cares. I mean, Christ, Raw. They gave him 5 minutes on Raw. For God's sakes, nobody gives a shit about this movie. I'm sure they're supposed to. I'm sure they're paying to do it. That crap.
It's produced by WWE Films. Obviously.
Exactly. So it obviously they're going to do it, but Jesus Christ, nobody cares.
A solid match. Him and Orton had a solid match.
But it's Orton.
I know. That's why it was solid.
So it was boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very methodical.
I'm sure it was.
Orton won.
Fair enough.
Usual. Cody Rhodes versus Zack Ryder.
That had to be okay.
Good match. Yeah. Solid match.
Yeah.
Zack Ryder's on TV. So
he's
getting
always
kind of
good.
what he wants, but he lost. Cody Rhodes won.
Yeah.
It's funny though. Zack Ryder's on his trunks.
Yeah.
He has another belt. It's his Internet Championship. It's just like this felt belt that goes around his trunks that he was wrestling in.
That's awesome.
And even Cole was pointing out he looks like a goof with that on. He does, but
it's still all right.
And Antonio Cesaro.
Yes.
The manliest man who ever manned.
Yes.
Fought Sin Cara.
Ooh.
And it was good.
Well, I bet it was.
And Sin Cara didn't botch.
Nice.
It was perfect.
Good.
There was awesome spinning uppercuts. Mm-hmm. And there was a sick off the top rope hurricanrana.
Oh yeah.
From Sin Cara that actually won the match.
Die? Really?
Yeah. He actually tried to do it. Got caught. I thought he was going to turn it into a Ricola bomb.
Oh God, yeah.
But no, he lifted him all the way up, so he's 10 feet in the air. Turned it into a top rope Frankensteiner.
Nice.
Got the win on that.
That's cool.
Rumors, of course. Alleged. Washing my hands of all news, just in case it doesn't happen.
Of course.
But looks like this might be the match going into WrestleMania because for the United States title, mainly because Sin Cara was supposed to fight Rey Mysterio, but seeing that Rey Mysterio's got family issues, maybe he's hurt. We don't know.
He's gone.
He's gone, so they're thinking maybe. It might not happen.
That's not very strong because Sin Cara needs a mouthpiece, correct?
I know. That's the issue. But I think this match was probably a tester to see how it is how they are in the ring, how they act.
Well, if it was a good match, then they might do it, which again means Sin Cara's going to need a fucking mouthpiece.
Maybe he's learning English as we speak.
Is it going to be enough for 4 weeks?
I don't think. No,
to lead up to Mania,
it would be an undercard match. You don't have to push it every week.
You got to push it a little.
You can push it a couple weeks on main event.
I
guess
don't have
to push it on Raw.
No, you got to push it on Raw a little.
Maybe the go home show.
They're not. Yeah, they're not going to just push it on main event. Come on.
But like I said, we'll talk about the road to WrestleMania after Raw.
Yeah,
and we'll get into Raw because
that's all we got. Because again,
it was old school.
Yeah,
old school Raw.
Was it?
It was.
Was it old school?
It was.
I'm sorry.
In look.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
The opening was cool.
I'm gonna. Oh, dude.
Let
me get to my point. I'll explain. I kind of blame you a little bit, even though it wasn't your fault. You sort of put it in my head that it was going to be all old shit. We were going to see a lot of old timers. It was going to be I was excited as all hell going into this. Mm-hmm. Now, let me just say, the look of it, unbelievable. Mm-hmm. I had a smile from ear to ear the second the intro began because it was just beautiful. And the old the red, white and blue fucking ring ropes, the sirens, the old school Raw, background thing, Jerry Lawler and the gimmicks, fucking Michael Cole in the mustard yellow jacket, which I want one so bad. And just the old school logo. I swear to God, I wish they would get rid of. I've said it before. I wish they'd get rid of the scratch logo and go back to the old one. Make it look a little classier. Make the product look a little classier with that logo. But I know it's falling on complete deaf ears. That'll never happen. But that being said, yeah, I was let down because I had such high expectations that it was going to be a lot of old timers. I thought I was going to see, for instance, which we'll get to, is the Rock Cena counterpoint thing. Mm-hmm. I was just please be Piper's Pit, please. But obviously that wasn't going to happen. I didn't get what I wanted, and then that's not WWE's fault, but that's what I was hoping for. That's what I wanted, and I'm sure I'm not the only one out there who was hoping that. But and I'm not saying the show was bad because the show was actually pretty good, but it wasn't what I was hoping for, and no matter what, I was going to be let down, and that kind of pissed me off. But
That's a personal issue.
That's very much a personal issue. I just had to put it out there that if you're gonna make it look like that and you're gonna make it old school, just
to be fair,
do a little
it
more.
looked like old school, but they still had touts and tweets.
They did, and I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that too. You still need to push your media stuff. What they're gonna put the media stuff.
Speaking of pushing media stuff, at Fedcast Podcast.
Yeah,
we're on Twitter. And I'm going to say that a few more times today, so get comfortable.
It's going to be the name of the show.
Damn right.
But we'll get into the
at Fedcast Podcast.
At the analyzation.
Yes, we'll get to that.
We start with The Undertaker.
Yes.
Coming out.
Which, again, made me happy as shit.
Looking like the Super Shredder?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I like that coat, man. As a fellow trench coat wearer, I would totally wear that. I'd get stopped by the cops more than I do now, but...
a lot more.
Hey, I got stopped earlier this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, for... some crazy guy. I kind of have to say this. I just have to put it out. Some dude dressed all in black, like I usually do, just randomly yelling at cars and running across the street and just running into traffic. I'm about to get on the bus to go to work, and a cop stops me. And it's just like, oh, can I talk to you for a minute? We got reports that there's a crazy guy yelling and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, that's not me. I was at home 5 minutes ago. Like, it wasn't me. And yeah, I was late for work for that. All because I wear black. Just saying.
Just like The Undertaker.
Yeah, exactly. See, it all had something to do with it. I'm really pissed off. This only happened a couple days ago, so I'm still kind of pissed. So, pretty much, yeah. No, I'm telling everybody. I've told that story about 40 times this week.
Fair enough.
I mean, I get stopped by the cops a lot, but this one really pissed me off because it made me late for work. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, moving on. Undertaker's awesome.
Back to work, The Undertaker.
Yes.
Didn't say anything.
No, which he didn't need to.
No. Undertaker never really does. Man, a few words.
I had to laugh, though. I had to laugh. Because Taker does his whole thing where he puts his arms up, which brings up the lights, and, he's standing underneath the WrestleMania sign, which, of course, makes me immediately happy because it's 100% proof. Taker, Mania, life is good. Fucking, I can't remember which one it was. It was either Cole or King. I don't know which one. Was just like, do you think that means he's going to WrestleMania? And I wanted to grab whichever one it was and just slap him about 4 times in the face. But, I'm sorry, because, I mean, they're not exactly subtle with these things.
Yeah, well,
but,
whatever. They still got to say stuff like that.
It was just funny. I had to laugh. But what going on?
So we cut to Punk coming out. He's mad that he's not
mad as hell and he's not going to take it anymore.
Because he's not getting his WrestleMania moment.
Yep. Which, yes, he is.
Or maybe he will.
Yes.
Because maybe it's all your fault. It is all your fault.
Yes.
All the WWE Universe's fault that I'm not champion anymore.
I'm not sure how that works, but okay. So
if you take from me, I'm going to take from you.
Which was good.
So you take my number, you say my number means nothing. Well, I say 20-0 means nothing. And I say 20-1.
Yeah.
And that one is straight edge. That one is drug free. That one is alcohol free. That one is better than you.
That was good. That was old school Punk from back in his Ring of Honor days. Which I was so happy to hear that too. That was so awesome.
So back to Orton.
Yes. Which, what? I heard his music come out and I'm like, what the fuck is he doing here?
Well, he says, well, no, I want The Undertaker.
Yes.
Because I came this close to be the... Which he did.
Yeah,
I'm sure there were rumors back 8 years ago.
Oh, yeah. No, there were. Oh, absolutely, yeah.
So...
It was there, that's for sure.
He wants him. Big Show comes out.
Yeah.
Says he had a crack at Taker.
Yeah.
But this time, he has this. And
he
clutches his fist. And even Orton, the camera kind of quick, and Orton's just like, his hand?
Yeah.
Like, he didn't have the ability to punch.
He didn't punch. I mean, if we go back and watch that match, which I believe we can, let's see if he punches somebody.
Yeah. Like, he punches anybody.
Maybe that's what we'll do for our big special for WrestleMania. Yeah. We'll watch every Big Show match we can leading up to there, see if he punches people. Yeah. It'll be impressive. By the way, isn't punching illegal in wrestling?
Close fist, yeah.
Yeah. So, I'm just saying.
Kayfabe.
I haven't, yeah.
Kayfabe.
All right, fair enough.
Kayfabe.
Okay, just checking.
Sheamus.
It took me this long to point that out, but still, I'm bringing
Sheamus
it
comes out.
Yes.
Says he's never fought The Undertaker at WrestleMania.
Which I think he was the only one that had a point.
And he's never fought The Undertaker at all.
He's like, I'm the one who's got the best chance.
Who knows?
It's true. Like, fair enough, it's true. I mean, nobody in their right mind ever thought that anybody but Punk was going to face Taker, but
he was the one that cut the best promo and had the actual time.
We all kind of knew it was going to happen, but still,
no.
Sheamus had a point.
Vicky comes out.
Yeah, Super Nintendo Guerrero, surprisingly without the Virtual Boy.
He was probably somewhere assisting. Makes a fatal 4-way for winner takes on Taker.
Yeah.
And this has never been done before.
Really?
There's never been a match to see who's going to fight The Undertaker at WrestleMania.
I think you're right.
It's never
as far as I can remember, you might be right, because in all fairness, they haven't really mentioned much of the excuse me. Still pissed off about the cops, apparently. They haven't really mentioned much about the streak up until the last, 7 or 8 years ago. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I mean, I guess you're right. Everything's always been pre-existent up to that point.
Yeah. I like that there are four guys that go, thing. You know what, I want that. Yeah. I want to be that one who beats him. I want the immortality of being the guy who does that.
Sadly, I think this is the last time we're going to see it.
Either this last time or next year.
I hope not, because
you like to see him rounded off at 30.
Nice I would love to get him. Yeah, I want him to 21 is a good number in the U.S., but because, I mean, it's the moment you're legal, right? It makes sense, but...
This is episode 21.
It is. We can drink in the U.S. now.
It's kind of weird. I mean, I guess maybe 21 would be a better number to end than 22, you know?
I get it. You know what? Let's get to this after Raw, because, I mean... How long can this really take?
Yeah, Cesaro fought Ryback. Ryback won. Cesaro wearing the old...
Yeah.
This guy looked like Carl Gotch.
It was impressive. He looked good.
Yeah, and then funny during the match, it's just he's a man of all trades. He made his own. He made his own trunks, so he's a man of all, jack of all trades. And Jerry Lawler was like, "Why? Because he could sew."
Yeah, that was good.
So Ryback does win.
Yeah,
and on his way back, cue Mark Henry's music, and they have a nice long stare down.
I totally called this. Yeah, this would be a WrestleMania match.
And this is a rumored WrestleMania match, and it's going to be Godzilla and King Kong going at it.
You know what?
In Little Tokyo.
It'll be kind of fun to watch.
You know what? It will be an ugly match.
Yes.
But it's WrestleMania, and just
two big motherfuckers just running into each other.
Like a nice 5-minute match.
Yes.
Beating the shit out of each other. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be entertaining.
It's going to be fun. It's not going to be
It's not going to be technically awesome, but it's going to be fun to watch.
And it's going to be, to steal a quote from JR, it's going to be bowling shoe ugly.
It's also, hell, let me steal from JR as well. It's going to be a slobber knocker like you wouldn't believe.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But once again, these are all hearsays and rumors. We'll see closer. But Henry fought Zack Ryder, and, well, I wonder who won that match.
It was funny, because I was mentioning, when the match began, I was trying to explain, I'm like, I watched this and went, oh, look, squash match, and my girlfriend was with me, and I'm like, she goes, what's a squash? I'm like, watch this, it'll be over, it'll be over in less than a minute, and she goes, no, and I'm like, yep, less than a minute, sure enough, I think it was about 30 seconds, and she's like, why would they do that? And then I had to explain it.
Then we had to explain, well, Zack Ryder is a joke.
Yes. And Mark Henry, who is a joke as well, is getting a push.
But we see, the difference is we wouldn't say that to Mark Henry's face.
No, fuck no.
Because he's a scary individual.
He is bigger wide than I am tall.
Yeah.
So, I would not say anything like that. He weighs 2 of me.
Yeah, so no.
No.
He wins. Good for him.
Yeah.
Hall of Pain inductee, Zack Ryder.
Fair enough.
The only hall he's ever going in.
Yeah.
The Miz comes out to fight Dolph Ziggler.
Yes.
And he has a special manager for this evening.
I wonder who that could be.
Cue his mentor.
Woo!
Ric Flair comes down to the ring. Doing his strutting and striding.
He's jiving and he's doing all this shit. He's Ric Flair. Woo.
They have their match. It was funny. Big E.
That was my favorite part of the match.
Ric Flair throws his jacket
which was awesome, by the way, because it wrapped around his head. I was really impressed by that.
And then he unwrapped it.
Yeah.
Then he hit him, he slapped him, punched him, and then,
nothing.
And then he's like, really?
Yeah.
And Ric Flair backs off like, hey, buddy,
like,
come on now, buddy.
Yeah, you know,
come on now.
I was just kidding. I was just playing.
And then drop kick into him.
Yeah.
Cue figure 4. Kind of gets it on properly.
No, he didn't.
No,
he didn't. I wanted him to, because, Flair's there, you're hoping. I mean, Christ, I was hoping that after he got the figure 4 on him, that Flair would come in and show him how to do it properly, but that didn't happen.
But you know what I liked? Ziggler saved it because he just sold it.
Oh, yeah, he sold the shit out of it. It just wasn't put on properly.
Yeah.
Which, again, I'm not taking it away from The Miz. He'll get it. Eventually, he'll get it. Stop giving him so much shit.
Mm-hmm.
He'll get it. It'll be fine.
But The Miz wins, and Dolph Ziggler loses for like the umpteenth time.
We'll get to that in WrestleMania. I'm sure it's setting something up, but we'll get to that.
We cue The Rock.
Yes.
Point counterpoint with Mr. Jonathan Cena.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah. I was happy.
This was serious.
Everything was good.
The Rock started off being funny. That's
but this
fine.
is what I told you, is he has to do that. He has to do that because that's what everybody wants with The Rock. If he comes out and becomes super serious, then he'll lose the crowd. And he's going in as the favorite.
You know,
and I mean, by the way, Buffalo, you're totally my crowd, man. I could hear the bullshit Cena chants all over the place. Cena was hated in that building, and I love you, Buffalo.
The funny thing that Rock was with sweet Harlem Shakin' Honey Boo Boo, it's called.
Yeah, that shit was good. See, that's the thing.
And then the line about, shut up, Sally, my name's Amanda.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what your name is.
It doesn't matter what your name is, damn it. No, that was good shit.
It's funny. He's misogynistic.
Yeah.
We have fun here.
Well, that's what The Rock always has been.
I know.
But no, I mean, then he got super serious, and it was fucking good. It was really good.
Transitioned into serious.
Yes, and that's what he. But I mean, that's what he should have been doing the whole fucking time. Like, I will defend The Rock when he does well, but my God, man, where the fuck was all this shit back when you were facing CM Punk? You can be the jokey asshole against John Cena because it doesn't matter. Where was all this during Punk? But okay, moving on. I've bitched enough.
John Cena was just as good.
Yeah, he was good.
You know,
he was Cena. I mean, he was.
When Cena
I gotta beat you.
Cut a serious promo.
Yeah, no,
he cuts them with the best.
That's the thing. Like, he can cut it. He can cut a hell of a promo. Is my only real problems with his promo is that obviously his wrestling's not going to get us over. If he's going to try and sell us with his promos, he's got to stop doing the same thing, because there was a long stretch of time, which is part of the one. Well, not part of the reason I stopped watching, but it was around the time I stopped watching was every fucking Cena promo was the same.
Yeah,
was just like hustle, loyalty, respect, whatever, all that shit, and he would just say it all and then do the "you can't see me," and then that would be in the end of every fucking promo. I'm like, dude, if you can't wrestle, you gotta do better promos than this.
And he did. He's worked.
He did.
Over
He's
the years.
gotten it. Yeah, he's definitely, since I've been watching, he's picked it up.
He's never gonna light the world on fire in the ring.
Fuck no.
But if he can cut a great promo and then give us a halfway decent wrestling match,
then I mean,
and he did. I mean, fuck, last week.
Last week was amazing.
That's the best John Cena match I've seen in a long time.
That is probably the best John Cena match there's been.
Well, no, he's had 1 hour Broadways with Shawn Michaels.
That's true.
You know I mean?
I remember. Oh, yeah, I remember that. Sorry, never mind. Yeah, no, I take that back. You're right.
Yeah.
Oh shit. But either way,
still, it was great. And it wasn't like they didn't pull apart. They just stared each other down.
Yeah,
and that was it.
It was like if they'd done the pull apart, I'd have been pissed off because it's so unnecessary.
So cut the commercial. That's fine.
It's good.
And that's the last you saw of them on the show.
Brilliant.
So,
perfect.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's exactly what should happen.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan?
Yes.
This is Jack Swagger.
This was one of the things that made me fucking happy. Until.
Well, I don't think he was going to actually get in there and wrestle.
Why not? I want to see Hacksaw Jim Duggan wrestle people.
That's fine, but you don't know if he's capable of wrestling people.
I want to live in a world where Hacksaw Jim Duggan can wrestle people. Why is that so hard to believe? I love Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Well, sometimes you gotta go to reality.
Shush.
And reality was Jack Swagger beating down Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
I don't want to live in a world where
Sergeant Slaughter and Dusty Rhodes with a 2x4.
I don't want to live in a world where I've gotten so old that my wrestling heroes can't wrestle anymore. I don't like this plan, okay?
Well,
I don't like to think that I have to be a grown-up now.
Oh.
Shut up. I'm gonna hit you with a 2x4 in a minute.
Giggity.
Well done. Well played, sir.
I doff my cap to you.
All right.
Match number 5.
Yes.
Hell No. BTP.
Yep.
With the $1 Million Man at
ringside.
Yes.
Which I knew it was never going to happen.
You want him,
but I wanted that would have been perfect.
Everybody wants the $1 Million Man to be the $1 million.
It would have been perfect. It is such a good idea, and it would be a great way to get the primetime players over.
And of course, but he's busy.
Yeah, what's he doing?
I think he's still doing his Christian stuff.
Is he really?
I think so.
Yeah.
So good for him.
Yeah. No, hey, to each his own.
Praise
Whatever
Jesus.
you want
So
to do.
Hell No, back into their not fighting phase, back into their well-oiled machine phase. Worked as a tag team all the way through, won nice and clean, and then $1 Million Man.
I'm happy. $1 Million Man put the $100 bill into the mouth,
and then Daniel Bryan looks around. Goes back, takes the $100 bill.
Which, I'm happy.
It was the cheapest look. How he was just like...
Yeah. Like, I didn't do it.
Even before the match, when they were walking to the ring...
Yeah.
And, like, Daniel Bryan would, like, stare at Kane, and then look away when he looked at him.
Yeah. It was good.
Actually, throughout the night, I liked those. The old school walk to the ring with the guitar riff in the back.
Yeah, that was great. That was awesome. I liked all that shit. Like the old school look. I wish this could be Raw every night.
I know.
It just looks amazing, and I know everyone would be like, well,
minus maybe the leisure suit on Justin Roberts.
No, I like that too. Yeah. I mean, I
can't remember,
old school,
but did Mel Phillips used to wear a leisure suit?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I want the refs to go back to that look.
Oh, the blue.
I want that back. I want that back.
I never was a big fan of the Foot Locker look.
No, it just looks dumb. And go back to that, please.
Yeah. Match number 6. Mm-hmm. Funk Inc. still doesn't have a name, so that's what we're calling him.
Why the fuck? How long does it take to come up with a goddamn name?
I'm telling you, this is just like Road Warrior Animal and Heidenreich, where slowly but surely Tensai is transitioning.
Yep.
Because now he's got gimmicks.
He is Sweet Tea now.
He's got a name. He's Sweet Tea. He's got the ST on his jacket, on his gimmicks. And sooner or later, he's going to come out dancing.
He's going to be dancing too, but right now he's not. But he does dance at the end. No, there's no hesitation at the end of the match. No, it's perfect.
They fought 3 and quick match. But who cares?
Yeah,
the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time,
the Captain Asshole.
The Honky Tonk Man.
Yes.
Wayne Ferris's dick.
I'm literally soured now because I've told you when I met him.
Yeah.
He was just a complete dick to me. He didn't quite kayfabe me, but he almost did. And I don't know.
It's well known that the Honky Tonk Man isn't exactly a people person.
I know, and it just I liked seeing him shucking and jiving. I liked it all, but in the back of my head, I just keep thinking of that moment where he's that big of a dick. And I'd like to have him
never meet CM Punk.
Exactly. I don't even want to touch that.
Yeah,
no. CM Punk's a dick and he hates Canada. But he is the best in the world, so you gotta let it go.
You don't want to meet these guys and go, oh no, I can't even enjoy you in the fake sense.
That's the thing. I don't think I ever want to meet any more wrestlers.
Well, the dicks.
Yeah,
you want to meet nice guys like Dusty or
I'd like to meet Hulk Hogan because as much of a dick he is, he's always good to fans.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I'd love to meet Hulk Hogan. I'd love to meet a lot of the good guys.
He knows where his bread is buttered.
Very much, yes. I mean, with that being said, the amount of wrestlers I met that are awesome compared to dicks is a completely, the awesome side completely outweighs the dick.
Oh, yeah.
There's only a handful of dicks I've ever met, but I've met, nothing but awesome people. Iron Sheik was awesome.
Well, he's crazy.
He's insane, but he's
crazy.
He hates Hulk Hogan, and I almost said Hulk Hogan. I just wanted to hear him go
off.
Don't. I didn't do it because I'm he's being really cool. He's being really cool. I don't want to do it, but he was really awesome. He was, and it was the same day I met the Honky Tonk Man. So it was literally one awesome guy and then one dick, and I'm like, fuck you.
That's how the universe balances.
It is, I guess it is. But I digress.
Match number 7.
Yes,
never happened because it was Kofi Kingston versus
Fandango.
There you go.
I know. Why can't anybody else say this?
Can't do it.
I don't know.
Josh Matthews can't do it.
No. I need to go.
Can't do
that's the thing. I need to go in there and fucking just introduce the guy so we can see him wrestle.
And it was so funny how he's just tonight was the night that you almost got to
saw Fandango.
Because you got to breathe in the A's.
You do. I gotta say,
don't sound the end.
I gotta say, I was and I still am insulting the shit out of this gimmick. But it's fucking funny.
Because you've gone from going, fuck you, it's Fandango, and he's a shitty asshole. But
I will. Yes.
Goes to Johnny Curtis.
Yes, he's making this fucking awesome.
And it's actually Jerry Lawler, too, where he's just
yes,
like that.
Lawler's selling him, too, yeah.
I want to see him. I want to see Fandango.
Yeah. Fandango.
Even how Jerry Lawler, hit the table I want to see him.
Just think, everything sounds much more fun when you say that, though. At Fedcast Podcast.
That was reaching.
Was it?
Did you
Was it really?
Are your arms?
My arm was actually extended a little bit, but you know what? I had to do it anyway. Fuck it. I'm going to do it as many times as I can.
They get
it. No, they don't.
It's got to be the name of the episode. It's
okay.
The first thing they see.
How many times did I say the fucking email? And did we ever get one? No.
Yeah, but email is Jurassic.
I know, and I'm old. What do you want? I just got the email thing.
Speaking of old.
Yes.
Cue Triple H.
Oh, yeah.
With his old tough guy haircut.
Yep.
And no stains in his pants this time.
He was.
It's kind of funny how he's kind of admitted going, yeah, don't walk to the ring with a full bladder, kids.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
What are you going to do? It's Triple H. He gets a pass.
I'm okay with it.
He cut open Brock the hard way, so he gets a pass.
Oh, yeah.
And he cut a badass promo. Like, he wasn't sure whether he was going to get back in the ring.
Yeah.
But he was looking for a reason. And he was working out every day looking for a reason.
I liked it. It was, yeah.
And how he would explain, like, I sat at my father-in-law's hospital bed and watched my wife cry.
Yeah.
And my children, his grandfather. Mm-hmm. I watched them cry.
Oh, you forgot the part where he first called him the crazy old man, which I actually enjoyed.
Yeah, and he said inside I was smiling because I got my reason.
Yep. It was great. It was excellent.
And he called out Brock and he said, are you going to fight or are you just going to sit down and bleed?
Mm-hmm. That was good.
Yeah. So
that was really fucking good.
So now it has been reported that Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman will be going this week to Raw to answer the challenge, and this is obviously going to set up for Brock Triple H 2.
Yeah. Which,
and
good.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm in.
I loved the match at SummerSlam. I thought it was hard hitting.
I didn't see it, but I heard it was really good.
It was stiff. Like it wasn't.
Well, of course, it was
match.
stiff, and it's going to be stiff this time
It's
too.
stiff again. It's going to be. I wouldn't even be shocked if there's a little bit of blood.
I'm sure there will be.
Wouldn't be shocked.
I'm going to guarantee it.
Wouldn't be shocked,
especially considering how Lesnar was busted open.
Yeah.
Which do you think it was on purpose?
Yeah, no.
No.
Brock
you think it was?
Brock does everything full speed.
Yeah.
He doesn't do anything soft.
Well, that's what I mean. I didn't
because it was in the back of his head. And
it was. No. I'm not saying it was blading, but like, did he bust himself open on purpose?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was on purpose. I don't know if it was on purpose.
That's the thing.
But he was going to hit
hard.
Oh,
they sold the shit out of it. Like
he probably planned on bleeding a little bit. Probably not that much.
No.
But it looked.
It looked amazing. Like the smile was unbelievable.
For effect.
Yeah.
Shield cuts promo.
Yep. Good. Still saying the same shit, kind
fighting
of. Fighting
off, and now they've included Big Show.
Yeah.
So now it's probably going to be Big Show, Sheamus, Randy Orton versus.
So you think Show is taking a face turn then?
Well, I don't think it's going to be a face turn. More of a semi tweener kind of thing.
Face for now.
Where he's just like, I want to be the biggest, baddest guy in the jungle,
and to do that, I have to take down the Shield. Yeah, I guess.
Because they're gonna do this every week. Because now the Randy Orton and Sheamus are together as faces.
Yeah.
And at the end of every confrontation with the Big Show, he hits one guy, and then the other guy hits him, and it's gonna keep doing that until they all unite together to fight the Shield.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be that.
They even attacked Big Show after the the cameras went off after this Raw. So that looks like that's where that's gonna go.
Looks like it.
Alberto Rio had a good match with Barrett.
Yep.
Swagger and Coulter were at ringside.
They were.
This is clearly going to be the WrestleMania match.
You think?
They're sweeping it under the rug.
Yeah. Which is surprising, but yeah.
I don't think it's surprising, but you know what? The punishment's probably going to be Swagger's not going to win. That's going to be his punishment. That'll probably be his punishment.
If I had to guess, I would say that
he won't get to win, and then if they do want to suspend him, they'll suspend him there right after.
What I think's going to happen is he is going to win, and then Ziggler's going to cash in.
Either way, though, right?
Yeah. I mean, he's still going to not get it, but I think that's what's going to happen.
Either way.
Because I don't think they're going to keep it on Del Rio.
Yeah. Match number 9. Mm-hmm. The New Age Outlaws.
I was so happy. I marked out like a little bitch. I was singing along every goddamn word. I don't care, all right?
They still look good?
Yeah.
And they were even referenced the thrift shop where the guys that wear your granddad's clothes. You look incredible. Yeah.
They were still good. Like, I hope this, I'm sure it's not, but I would like to see this as a return to TV.
Well, they are fighting next week.
Are they?
They're wrestling the Rose Callers next week.
Really?
Apparently on Raw.
I would love to see this because they still have a good run left in them.
I wouldn't be shocked if they did this to Mania.
Yeah.
Had a match at Mania.
I would love that. I would love that because like they still got a run in them, and I know you're saying like till Mania, and that's probably the case. Mm-hmm. I'd like to see them go further. I think they got a good run. They're like,
well, they won against Primo and Epico.
I mean, Billy Gunn still looks really good, and Road Dogg he looks all right.
Well, he's Road Dogg. He's never been physical.
No, but
specimen.
But I mean, like they could still do it. They could still make a decent run, and I mean, them feuding with Team Hell No would be fun. Yep. It would be a fun. I mean, I don't know how it would work because it's two faces, but or four face.
Well, you would have like Outlaws be like the comedy face.
Well, they're the DX.
Like, you know what basically. I mean? They'd be making fun of them. They wouldn't be heel dicks. They'd just be making fun of them.
Yeah,
it'd be all in good fun.
I think like that would be entertaining. I defy anyone to say that they wouldn't enjoy seeing that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Well, maybe some new fans.
Yeah, but they can go fuck themselves.
Dude!
I'm sorry, I don't mean that. It just... Really? How could you not want to see that?
I know. Speaking of something that's not new...
Yeah.
Mae Young is 90. God bless her.
She's got 10 years until she says she wants to have that match.
God bless her.
In case any of you hadn't heard this, I'm sure you have, but Mae Young, who is 90, who... doesn't really look like she knows what's going on.
She's 90, man.
I know, I'm not saying anything, but...
God bless her.
She did say, like, 10 years ago, when she's 100, she wants to have a match.
Oh, yeah.
And I fucking hope it happens, man.
Well, I hope she gets to it.
Yeah, I hope she gets there, and I'd like to see that. I think that would be just impressive as all fucking
cool.
hell.
It was cool seeing all the wrestlers, even Mark Henry, as heelish as he is.
All the heels were even nailed. And Mark Henry even literally gave her a hug because he is the father of the hand, for God's sakes.
And they're probably,
Oh, yeah, of course.
Like,
How could they not?
Exactly.
They did spend a lot of time together, and like 10 years ago.
Like that's probably like his second grandma.
Or definitely. So, but yeah, like every heel was there, and then of course CM Punk
cuts right through.
Which, bravo.
Yeah.
Bravo.
You don't think it was like even a little bit too dickish to step on?
No.
Mae Young?
I think that was. I mean, but you got to.
I'm sure
she knew what was going on.
I'm
like
sure
they
after
told
the cameras went off, they're just like, okay, everybody.
Yeah, exactly. Like, because that was good. That was good TV to have him just walk right the fuck through it. And I think that was good. I think that was really
and
well
that
done.
led to the Fatal 4-Way.
Yeah.
Which obviously, I'm glad. You know what? I'm glad the Shield didn't interfere.
Yeah, no.
Because
it would have been
it's
unnecessary.
CM Punk versus the three guys who were probably fighting
exactly.
the Shield at WrestleMania.
Yeah, like it was unnecessary, and I mean, in all honesty, this match was kind of a clusterfuck.
Yeah, it's a Fatal 4-Way.
It is
Fatal 4-Ways are always
they generally they're not always clusterfucks, but this one more so than others. I found like it just seemed really disjointed. It really didn't seem like they knew what was going on.
Because
they didn't give them enough time.
Too,
they gave them less than 10 minutes. I literally checked the time. They had less than 10 minutes.
It was a bad match, but we knew who was going to win. So really,
it didn't matter. I would have liked to see a match because Randy Orton aside, they could have put a decent match on if they'd given them like 20 minutes, which they should have.
Yeah.
I think, a couple of the things they did in there were unnecessary. Yeah. Should cut it out for the match, but,
exactly. But we got there. CM Punk is fighting Undertaker. Undertaker came down. They stared each other down. This is going to be the build for the next 5 weeks. Cool.
Yeah.
Next week.
That's what I wanted.
Next week, Brock, Triple H gets set.
Yep.
Punk Taker's already set. Yep. Cena, Rock's already set. So the big 3 main events are set.
Yeah.
As of this Monday, probably all 3 are set. And then, unless they drag out the Brock thing, where Brock's just like, I don't know, and then 2 or 3 weeks he'll say yes.
I don't see them doing that because it's unnecessary at this point in time. It's just say yes and move on. And
then after that set. The 3 main events are set, and now we can talk about the road to WrestleMania a little bit, as we're going to do each and every week.
Yep.
Undercard isn't set.
No.
It's a little sloppy. Unfortunately, like the Shield versus Big Show, Sheamus, and Randy Orton are just thrown together because they couldn't find anybody.
Yeah, it seems like...
where's Ryback? Why isn't Ryback in this feud? He's still walking around wearing the trunks with the Shield on it.
Which I don't understand, again, I
guess
give
him new trunks.
In all fairness, I think it's because they felt like they needed something for Mark Henry to do,
right?
And the only match they really could throw that would be quote unquote WrestleMania caliber would be him and Ryback, because they in the next 4 weeks they could build a feud between them pretty quick, because it doesn't take much. Because Ryback can't say much beyond "feed me more," and Mark Henry could pretty much carry the whole thing because he can talk all right. So I think that's what they're going to end up doing. And again, who else was really going to pose a threat to Mark Henry?
Right.
Because Khali, they've already done.
You know what? I'm glad they just got that over with.
Because basically, we were bitching about.
Because it was either going to be Henry and Khali at Mania, or it was good. Actually, I heard another rumor was Ryback Jericho, but I don't know how
that wouldn't have made any sense. Who would have been the heel in that? And I guess Jericho
would have, but why?
That doesn't make any sense.
So I guess this is where they're going now for that angle.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's rumors of Sin Cara, Cesaro.
I also heard... I feel like I heard Jericho, Cesaro.
Yeah.
But I don't know how true that is, because I don't see that...
Well, there's probably a bunch of names that you could throw in the United States title match with Cesaro.
Well, yeah, because I mean...
I don't know what happened to the Miz feud. I guess that's over.
Which is stupid, because, again, like, that was my favorite match last week. I know you loved the Cena match, but Jesus Christ, I could have watched that all fucking day, and I would have loved a good 20 minutes of it at WrestleMania.
Right.
But I don't see it happening either, although... Nothing was furthered by having Ziggler take on the Miz.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's still possible. Not likely, but possible.
Of course, Ziggler still got the briefcase.
He does, which...
and the world title match is set. Del Rio versus Swagger.
And that's what I'm saying.
Changing,
like, I really think that there's a very good chance as punishment, fucking Swagger's going to go over, but I think Ziggler's going to cash in. Because he has to soon, doesn't he?
I don't know if there's a time limit on it.
I mean, I remember initially it was like a year, right?
Back in the day, you'd win it at WrestleMania, and you'd have until the next WrestleMania to cash in. Now that it's got its own pay-per-view, you would have to think that he's going to cash in before the next Money in the Bank pay-per-view.
When is that? Because I haven't been watching since that's been a pay-per-view.
I believe July.
Okay. That's long.
He's had the title since the summer.
He's had the thing since the summer,
yeah. He's had the fucking briefcase since the summer, and that's the longest anyone's ever held that briefcase.
Yeah, because that's, I mean, I guess they just don't know what to do. And, like, this, to me, this seems like the perfect opportunity.
To cash it in.
Yeah.
They've never done a Mania night cash-in.
No, and this would be good because you know Del Rio and Swagger are going to fucking kill each other. So that it's going to be perfectly believable for Swagger to come in and Ziggler to come in. Jesus, why do their names have to sound the same? Mm-hmm. It would be perfect for Ziggler to come in and just flat out cash in. And again, it would be punishment.
He's got to do something because his character is flatlining.
Yeah, and I mean, I like him. He's fucking good.
He's got AJ and he's got his heavy, but they're not doing anything.
No,
with it. Like, how is he losing every match every week?
He's got he's got the heavy and he's got the bitch that likes to get involved in everything. He's got the 5-year-old. So why is he losing? It doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, I don't know. I just. You know, I mean, as much as we're bitching about it now, you got to imagine from all the rumors we've heard about him, he's probably livid backstage right now.
Probably. I mean, he's never been happy about his spot, quote unquote.
Well, I think to make again, like it seems like Vince likes to make people who have been around for a long time happy still shut up. So I think him cashing in for the title at Mania would be good because then he gets a WrestleMania moment, and he could be transitional. He could flat out lose it at Backlash. Right, and he still can't complain because he's now a champion, right?
No.
Sorry, it's not Backlash anymore. Why would you ever call it Extreme Rules over Backlash? Backlash makes the most sense.
When they first started, the main event would be Extreme Rules. Like, all main events would be Extreme Rules. Actually, I think the first Extreme Rules pay-per-view was literally every match was contested under Extreme Rules.
That was what it was supposed to be, yeah. I'm guessing that's not what it is now.
Well, last Extreme Rules...
Like Elimination Chamber?
Last Extreme Rules, John Cena and Brock Lesnar had a quote-unquote sanctioned match where it was just anything goes.
Right.
So, I mean, you can have him lose it there, whatever. He'll get his WrestleMania moment. I mean, if he does win the title, he'll have it a lot longer than he had it originally, which was, SmackDown?
I believe, yeah.
It was 2 hours. Yeah. So, this is where it's a little hard to talk about WrestleMania just quite yet.
Yeah.
But, what we could talk about, unfortunately, we don't have any matches to go on, is the TNA pay-per-view this Sunday.
Yeah.
The go home shows tonight. It's on. It's on.
Yeah.
It probably just finished right now as we speak. The only matches I know that are definitely happening is the world title match, and the Team TNA versus Team Ace and H.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going to happen. You would have to think Bully Ray, if he's going to turn, this is where he does it.
Well, I think I do think that's what's going to happen.
You're going to have to reveal, if they don't reveal tonight, that member that Kurt Angle found out last week, they're going to have to do it. They're going to have to do it.
I think they're going to wait for the pay-per-view, being that the pay-per-view is that close to this.
Kurt Angle got abducted or whatever.
No, he's in the hospital. They can't get a hold of him.
He can't speak, he can't whatever.
Yeah, he doesn't, for some reason, he can't write it down.
Or they do the amnesia.
I do think, remember. I would like to see it be Bully.
Mm-hmm.
I would like it because then, we'd get, like, the Dudley Boys back, which, I'm sorry, why did anyone ever split them up? Didn't WWE prove that it's not a good idea?
Well, they wanted to do
I know they
ones.
wanted to, but you got to assume it's out of their system by now. It's been, like, 2 years.
I know. And then, as far as that might bleed into the Aces and Eights match with Team TNA, which is like a hodgepodge of guys like Joe, Sting, Magnus, Eric Young.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I forget the other James Storm. Mm-hmm. So it's literally just a bunch of guys. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm happy to see EY back. I'm happy to. Magnus is getting a little bit of a face push. He's probably getting a more prominent role in Impact tonight.
Yeah, and I like James Storm is always fun to watch. I like what I kind of like his floating character that he's got.
Where he just
comes out to fucking fight people. I think that's probably the best way somebody like that's been handled.
Right.
Where he doesn't really have ongoing storylines, he just comes out and fights people. I kind of like it. It's weird, and he's entertaining. He's good, and he's entertaining.
We don't. This is the way TNA works. Like, even though they had all this time to build a pay-per-view...
They wait till the go-home show.
They wait till the go-home show to make all the matches. And that's fine, because the way TNA works and their pay-per-views work, whoever's going to buy a TNA pay-per-view has already made the decision 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, they don't need to sell it.
They don't care if there's a knockout title match. They don't care if there's a TV title match. They don't care
and on all fairness,
if there's a tag title match.
This is Lockdown.
Yeah, and it's Lockdown. And
Lockdown has always been an amazing pay-per-view.
History states that it's probably one of their better pay-per-views.
Yeah.
And now that they're only doing 4 pay-per-views a year...
Mm-hmm, which I've been saying WWE should do forever.
Plus the in-your-house, quote-unquote, shows they're going to do, which I think actually start next month. I think the first one's in April.
Which one is it supposed to be?
I think it's the... If I can... No, it's not in this notebook.
Shit, it's the old one.
I think it's... The X Division one? The X Division...
Yeah? That'd be good, though.
All X Division one? I'm sure...
They only have 3 X Division guys. How are they going to fucking do this?
Well, they'll bring in old guys, I think.
Okay.
So, like I said, when we get closer to that
TNA
we'll
talk about that
only
as well.
Special, we'll talk about it. But, so that's basically it for TNA. Obviously,
do you think...
Obviously, we'll talk about the show next week.
Last thing, do you think Bully Ray's going to go over Hardy, or...?
You know what? I think he has to. Mainly because they don't want to run into that issue that they had just recently, where they went to the UK for an entire month of shows, which is 4 weeks, and they couldn't have their world champion on any of the shows because of his record.
Yeah, but in all fairness, I mean, they're not leaving the US for a very long time. And as far as I know, Hardy can leave the state. He just can't leave the country.
Right. So if that's the case, then it's fine.
Unless he can't leave the state, I don't know.
But I think he can leave the state. I don't think it's that serious.
No, because it couldn't be because he's in Florida and it was in North Carolina.
Yeah. So basically, give it to Bully Ray just because it's what the character needs right now.
Yeah.
Jeff Hardy is at that point where he doesn't need the world
He's
title.
Super Cena. He's Superman.
He's got the crowd wherever he goes. He's
also got his own retarded belt. I mean. He doesn't need to give that up.
Yeah, he can just walk around with his fucking face belt. Walking around. Who cares?
Yeah.
And then have Bully Ray be the heel world champion with Brooke on his arm or not.
I would like the idea that she...
Was in on it?
No.
Oh, she's
duped. Not in on it, and that he's a heel and sort of dragging her around.
Oh, like, come on, Brooke, we're married.
Yeah, like shit like that. I think that could be entertaining, and with TNA's sort of laxed on their... PG-ness, I think they could do it right. Whereas WWE can't really do that now. So I think it's like...
Well, I mean...
Because that's also...
They had, like, Mike Knox have her to fucking headlock.
Exactly.
Her out.
Which, I mean, I'm not saying I like
Well,
things.
we don't condone it.
No, God, no. But it does make for entertaining television. It's the kind of thing they used to do way back in the day. Like, in the 80s. It gets
nuclear heat.
It does. And that's, I think
like,
that's
one thing... you go out there grabbing a woman, like, in her arm like that, you're going to get
It's heat. It's immediate heat. It's immediate. And I think that's one thing that Bully Ray's going to need if he does make this heel turn. It's not going to be immediate, like, boo, 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 because they still like him. If he's automatically just like, well, Brooke is my wife and she's going to have to stand by me whether she wants to or not, and then just be a complete dick to her, there you go. Immediate nuclear heat, completely.
Done.
And I think that's perfect. I think that's exactly how it should be.
So that's, I guess, the week that was. Next week is going to be Wednesday.
Is it Wednesday?
It's Wednesday.
All right.
That should give you enough time to...
yeah, I will be able to watch everything.
And we got, what? An Impact? Go Home Impact.
Yeah.
SmackDown. TNA Lockdown. Raw.
Yep.
And that's about it.
That's it.
Nice and even, 2 TNA shows, 2 Raw shows, 2 WWE shows.
Yeah.
So, again, that's Twitter.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I guess I didn't say it enough, did I? So let me just say, at Fedcast Podcast, at Fedcast Podcast, at Fedcast Podcast. For all you people who didn't email us, now you can just do Twitter. And I know you're all on Twitter anyway.
Yeah, so it's a lot easier than emailing us.
Yes,
so
and
follow us.
Yeah. Follow us.
Well, we won't be like tweeting or twittering a lot.
No.
During the shows, because mainly we got to keep our opinions from here.
Well, yeah, that's the thing.
But we'll say some stuff from here and there, I'm sure.
Ask us questions. We'll definitely answer it.
Yep, for sure.
If you want, we can either answer it on the show or on the Twitter, whatever the hell you want.
Yep.
I literally called it the Twitter, didn't I?
The Twitter. All these kids on the Twitter.
So fucking old.
All these you kids, get off my lawn!
I literally just learned how to use Twitter today, so I'm very excited.
Yeah, he was. He was just like, we need to follow that guy. We need to follow that guy.
Yes, I was very excited. I'm so fucking old that this newfangled shit, it just seemed really impressive to me. And it didn't occur to me until a little later that I'm just like, I could have done this anytime I wanted. It doesn't mean anything. It just took the wind out of my sails. What can I say?
There you go.
But, yes, at Fedcast Podcast.
So that was the week that was?
It was.
You were Steve.
You were Justin.
Enjoy TNA Impact. Our TNA
Lockdown.
See ya.
See ya, folks.